All right, Blake Horstmann is known for season 14 of The Bachelorette and season 6 of Bachelor in Paradise. He's also a DJ and making Chicago almost his second home.
Yeah, for real.
So tell us a little bit. So 115 Bourbon Street tonight, and then your Paradise Park tomorrow DJing. How's it been, especially, coming to Chicago? You've been here a lot, during these past couple of months.
Yeah, I'll say I love the city of Chicago. And I got a residency at 115 Bourbon Street. So I come here once a month to play there. And then I play Paradise Park. I played Bounce 2 weeks ago. So I'm here quite often. I've been here like 3 times in the last 6 weeks. But it's been fun. I tell you what, the energy in the city and the crowds it's so much fun. I love coming here.
Especially being the DJ and kind of having the crowd's attention. What's that been like post-pandemic, especially the songs that you play that people want to connect to so much?
Yeah, it's I'll tell you what, the first few gigs, I wasn't sure what to expect, coming out of pandemic and coming out of quarantine and everything. But it's been wild. Everybody's like ready to get back out there, and everybody's ready to like you said, connect with people again and hang out with people and be in those big crowds and everything. So it didn't start slow. It started fast right out of the gate. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, exactly. Now, 115 Bourbon Street, you're going to be opening up for the Boy Band Night, which is a popular boy band cover band here in the Chicagoland area. I mean, every street festival, every time they come out, I mean, you want to say that, even if you're the most guarded of people, that you don't know these songs, but you know every single word to every single one of these songs. When did you first meet Kenny?
Yeah, so obviously, Kenny was on the show, and I didn't meet him actually in person until he was actually, I actually played 115. So I think he reached out to my management and stuff. We had chatted through DMs and everything. He was like, "I'd love for you to come play," I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And then it was such success that we decided to do a full, 5-month residency. So it's awesome. And you're right, like, every single one of their songs that the boy band plays, and then you all of a sudden you're singing every word, and then you're dancing to every single one. So they're a good time. They're a really good show. And we have very similar audience. So like people that come out to see me kind of come out to see that boy band. So it's perfect.
What is when you're backstage watching them, or whether you're in the audience, what's that boy band song that gets you kind of going, and that we hear you screaming at the top of your lungs?
Man, honestly, all of them. But I guess if I had to pick one, probably like Backstreet Boys, Backstreet's Back, probably. That's probably the one. I actually usually play that in my set, a remix of it. But I had to take it out this time. I'm like, I don't want to hear it twice. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now, what's the difference, for you as far as like playing a nighttime crowd versus that brunch crowd? Because I feel like you either make one or the other, or you're there for, hardcore Saturday night and you're up early, Sunday morning as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a completely different set, obviously, than I play. The nighttime is a little bit more high energy, kind of bigger drops, big, we call it like big arena kind of anthems, if you will. Where brunch is a little bit more chill, but I still I do a lot more like sing-alongs than brunch, those kinds of things, So that's kind of how I approach brunch compared to like a late Saturday night gig. But they're both really fun in different ways, So and the crowd, like you can get a brunch crowd going pretty good. Those mimosas start flowing and they're ready to dance and stuff. So it's still a very good time.
What would you say is the number of mimosas that people are usually in before they start like singing the most with you?
Ooh, that is a good. Honestly, when I do my brunches, a good hour of them are like sing-alongs. So it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to get them dancing and sing along.
To get them dancing. So Kenny's from Chicago, Joe's from Chicago, Andrew, Dustin. I mean, there's so many different guys here from the Chicagoland area. Whenever you're coming to play here, do these guys reach out to you and they're like, "You got to hit up this," or "Say hi to this person," or "These are things you got to do"?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually I see them. I didn't end up seeing them last night. But usually I see them every night I'm here. We do something. They take me out to dinner. They take me out to some bar, and they all got friends, at all these bars and stuff, so we can get in. But yeah, the last time I was here, I hung with Clay and Andrew quite a bit. And I even some of the girl, Anna Redmond, she was in town. She came out. So yeah, it's always a good time. I haven't seen Joe yet since the show, though. He's out of town every time I come in. So hopefully next time.
Hopefully next time. Now, you've done a couple of big festivals, Blended Festival, and we got Lollapalooza here next summer. Is there any chance that you might want to come here and party during that weekend?
Absolutely. I'd love to play Lollapalooza, do at least, like a side stage kind of thing, or open for somebody. Yeah, we'll see. This year I wasn't able to make it because, I was playing somewhere. That's the hard part. If I'm playing somewhere else, I can't really come to these festivals. But I love festivals. Like, I've played 3 Blended Fests now, and they're such a good time. I love the vibes and the energy of a festival.
Well, the one interesting thing, especially when you start making connections, is that Lil Jon was at one of the festivals, but he was also on the date with you and Becca as well too. Did you guys remember each other from that moment, or had you kept in touch?
Yeah, so I've every once in a while I run into him at the most random places, you know. And at first he doesn't really recognize me, and then I'm like, I'm the guy from Bachelorette when we were in like the rec room, we were breaking things. He was like, oh yeah, you know. So once I say that, he kind of recognizes me, and then he asks me how I'm doing and stuff. So it's always pretty cool to see him.
Now let's talk a little bit about the photo that you posted. You had Becca, you had Thomas, and a bunch of people from Bachelor in Paradise. People reacted really strongly to that photo, especially seeing everybody together. What was it like to be in that environment? Did you know everyone was going to be there, and the fan reaction, from that post?
Yeah, you know, I knew it was gonna be everybody was gonna be there because obviously I had got everybody tickets, so I kind of knew who was gonna be there. Um, for the most part, I wasn't really worried, honestly. Like we're all mature adults, you know. Like I know there wasn't gonna be like petty drama or anything, and there really wasn't. Actually, it was a very fun weekend. Zero drama, even with all those people and all those Bachelor people who people think is like full of drama. Like there really wasn't, you know. But yeah, the crowd or the audience reaction and stuff when I posted it was pretty funny because it is weird. Like, don't get me wrong, it is very weird. There's a lot of relationship bubbles in that picture. But it is what it is. It's just part of being in Bachelor Nation. That's just what happens. So you just kind of gotta it's what you sign up for. It's what you sign up for. So we understand that, and it was a fun weekend.
And not only the relationships that you've had in the past, but also every week on your Instagram you'll watch the show, give your comments and talk. Do you get a lot of fans reaching out to you as far as their own personal relationship advice or something that they may need in their life that they may come to you?
Yeah, I do. I always tell them and I tell everybody, like, I'm not a relationship, guru, if you will, or like this is from my experience. But yeah, I do enjoy, helping people with advice and things like that when it comes to their dating life and just, mental health. I talk about mental health a lot. So things like that on how to like get out of a rut or how to, that kind of thing. So I always enjoy helping people, and I get pretty good, feedback and stuff when I do Q&As. When I do that recap, people love those recaps when I do the show because it helps them to not have to watch the show, So like they can still talk about it at the water cooler if they just watch my recaps.
Also, I think when you watch the recap, you want to hear someone else, who has a little bit of insight into the show, what they feel about everything.
Yeah, they love the behind the scenes for sure.
Oh, exactly. Let's talk a little Ryan Fox, the playbook. You were named in it. I mean, that's a pretty That's a pretty good place to be.
Yeah, no, that was really funny. Yeah, like people ask me, was it like planted, if you will? Like, no, I don't think it was planted. Like, I think he did write those things, and that was him. But obviously, so the producers do check our backpacks and check our suitcases for certain things. I want to make sure you don't have a phone, drugs, alcohol, whatever it is, So I'm sure they found the playbook or whatever it was, strategy book, and that's why they had Caitlin and Tayshia go in. So I completely understand that. And it was like harmless drama. Like, obviously, I kind of feel bad for the guy in a sense because it sounds like he had some things in there where he's like, I'm going to work on myself. But then he also went a little too far with other things. Like he had, like I heard Caitlin the other day on a podcast say he had like dream girls, like he had a list of like dream girls and traits, and like none of them matched Michelle, things like that. Like I think he went a little too far at times, but everybody goes in with a plan. So I don't blame him with that,
Oh, exactly. And let's talk a little bit about your Instagram handle. Obviously, a nod to Key and Peele. Have you ever met Keegan Michael Key?
I have not. But a funny story. When I first got off the Bachelorette, and I had my Instagram was going crazy. I posted the Key and Peele skit, the substitute teacher skit, right? And this guy who was Balake on the skit, the student, reached out to me. It was like, man, that's me. And I was like, no way. So we DM every once in a while. It's pretty funny.
Well, he's Keegan Michael Key did Second City here in Chicago, so we always take like your Instagram as far as like there's a little bit of a Chicago connection to it.
That's pretty cool. Awesome. I didn't know that.
That's funny. Well, thank you, Blake, so much for your time today. 115 Bourbon Street tonight. There's going to be a meet and greet. He's going to be DJing before the boy band night. Definitely check out both of those acts. And then tomorrow for brunch, Paradise Park, 1913 West North Avenue. And can't wait to see all the updates online. And then you're coming back in November as well, too, correct?
Yes, November 27th. I'll be playing at 115 again. So right after Thanksgiving. So
wonderful. And then the last thing I want to say to you is that you've been here, the last couple of months, but summertime in Chicago was the best. So we definitely got to make sure that you're coming here May, June, July, because there's nothing like summer in Chicago.
Agreed. That usually the first time I came, I think, when was it? It was like, I think it was August maybe. And I had never been here, and that's kind of the summer, but I had never been here in the summer in Chicago. I was like, oh, this is different. It's way better than the winter. So yeah, I'll have to come back next summer for sure.
Exactly. Have fun tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.